Hi everyone, welcome back and thank you for joining me this week. This week I have a little bit of a different style of tutorial here. As you can see, I have a French fill that I've sort of mimicked the 3-week growth with this little bit of growth at the back here and a shorter white on the free edge. I had someone ask me how I go about doing a fill on a French without doing a reverse French fill. So that's what I'm doing today, and I'm going to be leaving mostly everything in real time so you can see how easy it is to do a fill this way. So first things to do here is to place the smile line about 3 weeks worth of growth up the nail plate. So I'm just etching in a smile line using the edge of my arbor band and then shortening the tip off and then leaving any product that's still bonded well to the nail. Of course, this is a tip and there of course is no actual lifting here, but if there was any lifting at all, now is when you would take out those pockets, but leaving any product that's still bonded well. There's no need to remove any of the white or any of the clear gel that's already on the nail if it's not lifted off. If it's still bonded well, you can just leave it, and then that makes your application process faster and you use less product. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm dusting it off with a dust brush and giving it a really good cleanse with some after wipe. So you can see here, I've left as much of the product as I possibly can on the nail. It doesn't need to come off if it hasn't been lifted. And that smile line is just taken down right to the natural nail and no further. My next step then is my bonding agent. So I'm using Nail Basics bondage for this. You can apply 2 to 5 coats of the Nail Basics bondage and you'll know that it's enough when it looks shiny and sticky. Next with the Nail Basics line is our bonding gel. So we have first and last here. And I'm just filling in around the cuticle. I like to use the Pro Round for this, and I'm filling from the cuticle up, so pillowing at the cuticle area, and that's basically all you need in the cuticle area, and then just pillowing down the sides, getting those growth channels, and this just makes a little bit of like a security barrier almost for your blending gel so that nothing overruns onto the sides. You don't have any flooding or spillage out that way. And then if I'm doing a French fill, I will clean off my brush and fully wipe out the clear gel from the entire free edge, and that will prevent any shadowing, especially in the tucks of the smile line. Now for this demo, I am pulling out Nail Basics Bloom as well, and this is our pink pigmented building gel. So for this particular fill purpose, I'm just going to show you the bloom. So applying this in the same way that you apply the first and last, I do it in a little bit more of a brushing motion, still pillowing though along the cuticle and the growth channels. And then again, wiping the free edge really well. And you could fully build the nail plate with the bloom, but I'm just adding a little bit of an extra pink pigment. So I'm kind of just brushing it on, and I am still going to blend with Flex after that. Now is when I apply my white, and today I'm going to use Snow, again from Nail Basics. And using the white handled gel brush for this, I find the bristles are a little bit longer, and it's a sable bristle, so they're a little bit thicker, and it makes it easier to work with Snow. So just applying this using the small circles and a tuck and pull motion. And then I like to switch back to my Pro Round to wipe that nice crisp smile line. But you don't have to do too much work to get a nice smile line here, because you've already sort of built that edge when you etch in your smile line with your arbor band. And then the last part of the application process is our blending gel. So we have our gel Flex here, and I am still using my white handled brush. Again, the longer bristles just make it easier. And really all that I'm filling in here is just the stress point along the smile line, and then just really lightly blending the rest of the nail in. You barely need any gel back at the cuticle. I, in fact, don't even take it all the way to the cuticle because it is just a blending gel. There's already gel at the cuticle. There's no need to add any more. And I guess I should mention too, up to this point, I've been doing about a 30-second cure with every step. And once you finish with your blending gel, you do want to give that a full 2-minute cure. And Nail Basics is an UV line only, so there is no difference in time if you're using a UV or an LED lamp. And then of course, giving that a really good wipe and moving on to our filing stage. So starting off with the Erica's Diamond file to do the perimeter. And then using the electric file, I really like the Erica's MT20 to do my body shaping. So this is my, I'd like to say rough shaping, but you're still really getting the exact shape that you want here. And making sure everything's nice and balanced, and just using a medium grit arbor band for that. And next I come in with my 100 grit files. This is the Lexi file that I'm using here, and giving my edges the exact shape that I like. So I've just tapered these very, very minimally just to give that nice slender long look. And then if this was on a real person, it would make more sense, but I'm still doing it here just to show you, using the diamond cone underneath, just lightly, not taking away any of the natural nail, but just making sure that there's no gel, especially in the corners of the growth channel where it's meeting the free edge. And then last but not least is the crosscut barrel. I like the medium grit barrel for this, and this is just really finessing that final shape, making sure that you have no lumps or bumps, there's no weird dips or too much product in one place, just giving that nail that final finessed finish that you're looking for. Then of course giving that a really good cleanse with some after wipe, and coming into our final step, which is the top coat. And I really like the Sunshine for top coat, especially over top of French. It lasts really well for the full 3 weeks. It's super shiny and it's really gorgeous. So just applying this in a nice thin even coat, and then I do like to let it sit for about 5 seconds after I've finished applying it, and it does self-level and all of the brush marks just disappear, and it gives you that nice flawless shine. And then of course giving that a 2-minute cure. And finally giving that a nice cleanse again with some after wipe, and then just coming in with our finish file. I again enjoy the Light Elegance finish file, and I really like the 180 grit for this, and it's just a quick pass around the perimeter to make sure that there's no top coat that maybe spilled over the edges at all. Nothing for your clients to pick at, so you have that nice crisp edge to your nail. So that is it. I find that this technique, I mean, it is somewhat similar to the reverse technique, but here you don't have to remove the all of the product off the nail bed, and you have that nice ledge to kiss your white up to. I just find that this saves product. It also saves me time, and it makes it easier to not damage the natural nail because I'm not taking off all of the product every time. So I hope that you've enjoyed this week's video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the section below. And don't forget that you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram.